Hello, everybody, and welcome back, Queen City Gamer. Sorry, I'm trying to get my laptop set up here. I'm a little bit excited this morning. I think it was probably around 9 or 10 o'clock last night that I set up this AFK in GTA Online. I've been trying the inside track. The way that I normally used to do it is I would just come in, sit down at one of the betting stations, and then really do nothing. Like go ahead and select it, but never actually place a bet. So what you can see I've done here is I've actually gone ahead and placed a bet on a race that I'm sure has already occurred because this was last night. But it managed to hold this screen now for 12 to 13 hours. So what I guess I want to see is what happens. Yeah, we'll go ahead and place the bet. I don't really care. It's 100, right? I don't care. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. I mean, I could have canceled it, I guess. I don't think it makes any difference whatsoever. But I want to see if this works because it looks like Rockstar patched every other thing I ever used to use. I used to use the CEO office one where you could just act like you were going to go in and then just stay on that screen, and that quit working. I have tried doing this before. Like again, I said I would do it without. I don't think that's my horse now. That's okay. Whatever. So what I want to see is did my safes actually increase at all? I don't know. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do a fast travel. Let's do the nightclub. I mean, I should have a ton of money in here now. I cleaned out the safe right beforehand because I swear I was doing doing it the other way before, and I thought that I was going AFK for at least at least 2 or 3 hours, and it looked like my safe never increased. So I'm not going to be convinced. See, look, okay, this does not work, guys. 50,000. Okay. So I went AFK all night, 12 to 13 hours, but my safe only has, yeah. Now, I don't know about products. I had about 800,000. I'm going to go down in the basement and check out my stock notification. Oh, I just had a notification in the lower left and now I missed it because I selected the elevator. 1,188,000. So here's what I think's going on. As far as the safes go, they are definitely not letting them increase. But now I went from about 800,000 to almost $1.2 million value in the stock. So it kind of sucks what Rockstar's done. I don't know why they patched all that stuff. I mean, some people can't play the game as often. I can't sit here for 8 hours a day and play this, to let my safes go up. But apparently the value, I may need to, do a little bit better testing of this, but I recall my stock value only being about 800,000 here in the nightclub, and now it's almost 1.2 million. So I believe the stock is still going up and still increasing. I hope I retired as a CEO. Oh, I did. Good. Always want to make sure that whenever you try this, you retire. So I think as far as the safes go, that this is pretty much useless. And I really kind of hate that actually. I mean, that safe did not increase. I'll tell you what, just now that we're here and now that I've gone through this misery, let's go to the salvage yard and check that safe real quick. Because I keep hearing mixed things about this AFK thing. Oh, this is the only one that still works. This one works. Well, I think it works as far as increasing nightclub stock. Um, and maybe it helps, like if you're doing other things. I mean, the 72,000. See, there's no way. I don't think 72,000. That basically is equivalent of about 3 hours. And I don't know exactly where this was last night. This safe, I know I cleaned out the nightclub safe. This one should have been higher. And the other thing too, I've seen a lot of comments online, different channels, people talking about, a lot of the things that Rockstar has patched. One of the annoying things to me is that when you come over here to the salvage yard, they do have a timer, and I think it's only 2 minutes. I don't recall who was saying 2 minutes. I thought maybe it was 4 or 5. Because honestly, once I get locked out of this, I go on and do other things. But I think the reason you can do your first mission here and go use the tow truck, but then you've got to wait. I think it's 2 minutes. They added a cooldown timer that used to never exist. I would always come here and I would tow two vehicles and then go do other stuff, wait the 48 minutes of real time, come back and do it again. And I think the only reason I can think that Rockstar bothered to do this is because when you go in the truck, if you get a mission that says, oh, you got to drive 4.76 miles, well, I would just keep going to another invite only session until the mileage went down because I frankly don't feel like driving that far. And we're going to try it now. Hopefully we get a short one. But what happens is if you try to do that now, this is considered a trip and you have to wait the cooldown timer. So you can't keep switching lobbies until you get a shorter distance, if that makes any if what I said. Now see, that's a short one there. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one and come back and I'll show you guys again the cooldown timer. But had I gotten a 4.76 mile one and then tried to do a fast travel and go to another lobby, another invite only, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have to wait the cooldown. And I honestly, I think that's why Rockstar did it. I think you've only got to maintain, one tow every hour or every 48 minutes to actually max your safe. So I don't think you really need to do the two vehicles. So I've kind of adjusted how I run this business, and I usually only tow one vehicle, and then I just move on to something else because I'm not going to wait around 2 minutes. And honestly, there's really nothing that I can do. Whoa, was I supposed to get off here? No. I always make this mistake. No, I still gotta go. So anyhow, yeah, like I just don't even bother with the two anymore. It's not worth it. I can't really go once I leave the salvage yard and go do something else. There's nothing I can really accomplish except maybe empty a safe somewhere, and then be back in 2 minutes to tow another vehicle. And it's not worth the effort of bouncing back and forth. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's working for you. If there's any AFK methods that actually allow the safes to increase money, let me know. As far as I can see, Rockstar has patched every one of those. And the only thing that might be worth going AFK would be if you have a nightclub and you want to increase the stock inside of it overnight, would be the only thing I can think of. So it's kind of a bummer. I don't know. I mean, the even with the new businesses, I like some of the missions. They're actually kind of fun. But the money isn't really great. 38, 40,000, and once a day you can do the $124,000 one or 121,000, and I just overshot the vehicle. But anyhow, let me know what you guys think about all that, and I'm gonna go ahead and tow this back, and we will go on from there. See you back at the shop. All right, guys, we're delivering the car here that we just got. Again, I did accept it because it was under 2 miles. I mean, I usually do them if they're under three. It's when you get the really high, when you get over like 4 miles, it's just really a pain. But again, if I go over here and try to do what I always used to do before this latest DLC, it's not going to work. It'll let me get in the truck, no problem. Too bad you just can't drive the thing around. But you can see that there's a short delay before you can launch this again. They don't tell you what the delay is. I wish I would give credit to where I saw this, but I honestly I don't remember. I was just browsing videos, and if I can figure out who it was, I will definitely give credit because I like to give credit to the people when I see this stuff. But someone was saying 2 minutes. I don't know. I've never actually timed it myself. I usually just go away at this point. It's not worth my time to do this. Gosh, I don't even know what we got going on this week. What is today's? Today's the 4th of July, so I guess if you're in the United States, happy 4th of July. So, well, I'll register as a boss. I just want to see what's going on here this week. I don't think we have any claimable vehicles. I didn't hear anything about them. I usually always try to catch the weekly updates from, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not much of a car, though. Karen Bohr. That's claimable? Seriously. All right. I usually always watch like TGG or Subscribe for Tacos. Great channels for weekly updates. Love Dead Man Down Under as well. There's a bunch of other guys. There's Harm None, I believe. There's a few others out there that I do like their content. I'll be honest, I don't always get a chance to watch everybody else's stuff. Fairly busy. I also run another channel. But yeah, it's a lot. And I give those guys a lot of credit. They have really high quality video content. And believe me, there's a lot of work in video editing, and I'm not any good at it. I use DaVinci Resolve, and I consider myself kind of a newbie at it. I can do some basic stuff, but that's about it. Anyhow, I'm rambling about myself. This is not about me, it's about GTA Online and trying to pass on information. I would love it if that was the claimable vehicle. I don't really know that I want that car doesn't really interest me all that much. Although, it's claimable. I don't know, maybe I'll do it. I'll think about it. But anyhow, guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I really wanted to talk about the AFK mostly, a couple of the changes that have been made. I want to go grab that list. I know that some other people have gone through it. I think TGG went through a list of like, I don't know, 50 items maybe. It's an incredibly long list of things they patched. Apparently, there was some sort of telescope glitch thing that allowed you to combine like goggles with masks or helmets with masks, I think it was. And they patched that so you can't do it apparently. Like, I don't even know why they would do that. What are you doing wrong in the game if you can wear a helmet and a mask? I personally have not I didn't even know about that, honestly. I didn't even know that existed or was a thing. But I'm not looking for cheats in the game. I'm looking for things, but like there were things like with the safe that if I could go AFK and let the safes grow, I'd do it overnight just because I have a limited amount of time to play the game. Myself, I do have a full-time job, not a lot of game time. But anyhow, we're gonna move on and do some other things. Maybe I'll do some new missions with the new DLC, the bail bond business. I did go ahead and purchase one of those ridiculously expensive police cruisers. I have no idea why those things cost $4 to $5 million. The darn things cost as much or almost more than the business itself. And really, the only thing they're good for is launching those vigilante missions or those missions for Vincent. I mean, you can actually launch them from the car and then go grab your Oppressor Mark II to do the actual work. You don't have to drive the cop car. So it's just a ticket to get into those missions. One of the other things this week too is I guess the Mobile Operations Center is on sale. So I guess that kind of makes me a little bit of a liar. I said before that I owned every business in the game, which I guess business-wise I do. The businesses you have to purchase, but I guess technically you could look at the Mobile Operations Center as a business. There are some client missions I guess you can run out of one of those, and I've always held off getting one because it's just not been a good deal. And I've heard a lot of people complain that they're not really that useful to own. But I guess you can do some weapons mods in them. And after all, I have gotten all the research done in the bunker. Everything you could ever research in the bunker, I've already done. So now all I got to do is make money from that business. Oh. Looks like, okay, we're at South American imports are at capacity. So I guarantee you guys that the stock in the warehouse in the nightclub did actually increase. That's the only thing AFK wise that seems to still be okay. And I guess if that is a thing, I'll still do it, I guess, until Rockstar patches it. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna patch that eventually, I'm sure. It seems like a lot of the stuff they're doing now is really to kind of prevent you from making a lot of money. The businesses aren't paying out a lot of money. They want you to spend all this money on, technicians or bail bonds, officers, agents. How much did those guys cost me? 750,000, or I don't even remember what they cost. And they only bring in like a couple grand, like a few grand every time. So, it's going to take me forever to ever get that money back. But yeah, again, I'm going to play around here a little bit, come up with some ideas for another video. If you guys have anything you want to see, let me know. I do plan on doing some live streams. I think I'm going to have to do a physical connection from my computer, because even with the 1 gigabit Ethernet that I have even with the Wi-Fi, my OBS studio seems a little choppy. So I got to play around with the settings on that to be able to do a really good live stream. But anyhow, see you guys later. Hope everybody's having a great long weekend, and see you in the next video.